Morning everyone, this is Mahashivratri day 7, my sadhana, and I wanted to talk about the saying, I am not the body, I am not even the mind. And this morning something changed dramatically in my practice and my sadhana, and that saying just kind of means more to me now, because there were times when I didn't really feel the body, and it's a bit like when you maybe used to watch cartoons when you were younger, and there would be a character that would go invisible, and maybe just before they go invisible you can still see them a bit, but half of them isn't there. And that's a bit how it felt like for me this morning. It's like I was on 50% opacity, if you know about Photoshop. And so yeah, my physical body just felt like it was a bit somewhere else, not here, not with me. And similarly with the chants, it's like there weren't any words anymore. I was saying the words, but they weren't words. They were just sounds and vibrations. And yeah, you can tell I'm a bit zoned out. Felt really, really different. And when I was lying down in Shavasana after Surya Kriya, I had this feeling in both of my ankles at the same time, where it's like slightly cold, fizzy, buzzy kind of energy just kind of coming up my legs, slightly on the inside of both the legs, travelling up me like this. So it was almost like something was unblocked and it was just kind of released and came up my legs. I've had similar sensations when I've had acupuncture, but that would be a more kind of, it wasn't a pain, but it was kind of a sharper, direct, very fast movement, whereas this was kind of a much bigger area, taking up my body. And actually in the last week and a half I've had similar feelings in my hip joints when I've been driving. So normally when I'm driving, my bum starts hurting, or I feel a bit numb, or like you're cutting off the blood a bit, especially if you're on your long journeys. But since this sadhana process, a couple of times I've really just felt that kind of fizzy, energetic feeling happening in my hips. So I just think, you know, what I'm doing in the mornings and my practice is really just affecting and changing my physical body and my mental body and my energetic body, or whatever you want to call it. Yesterday there was an awful lot of talking because I met up with 2 different sets of friends, and in the daytime, yeah, I just really, really felt like I connected with my friend, and we had what you might call really deep, meaningful talks about yoga, about life, about the universe, about everything. And it's just so refreshing to have that experience with someone you've known for a while, and you know, we've talked like that before, but yeah, it just felt really good. And then seeing my friend who I've known since I was 8 or 9, that I hadn't seen for 6 months, also felt really delicious, but in a different way. So, hopefully I'll wake up soon. I did wake up a bit earlier today because I'm off to Cambridge now, and I'm going to see my sister and her twins and her family and another family who are going to be there too. And I'm taking all my healthy food with me, and my lovely sister has sprouted some seeds for me, so I've got some other gorgeous raw extras to put on top of what I make. And I'm going to stay the night and have loads more lovely experiences. So the last thing I wanted to say is that today, with my Mahashivratri Sadhana, I really felt like that feeling of bliss, or what's the word? The divine, or whatever you want to call it. It felt really close, and it felt really tangible, and it felt like it was really on its way, if you know what I mean. Those of you that have felt it and experienced that kind of ease and that lightness, you'll know what I'm talking about, and you'll know what I mean. And those of you that haven't been anywhere near that feeling, then I urge you to move in that direction with your life, because it's like nothing you've ever felt before. And even now, I'm still feeling. I know Sadhguru sometimes says that it's like he's stoned. It's like he's stoned all of the time. It's like he's drugged up, but he's not taking any drugs. He's just totally happy, and yeah, that bliss. And I suppose I feel a bit stoned right now. I have done it a couple of times in my life, and I know what it feels like, and I certainly haven't taken any drugs this morning, and it's just my system is working really well and doing what it needs to do to make me feel amazing. And one more thing, I was standing in the last bit where you're holding your in-breath at the end of Surya Kriya, and I've never had this at that particular point in that sequence, where my body was just kind of slightly kind of shaking and making these movements, and it's just like a bit like a pot of water boiling. It's kind of releasing and popping and letting go of kind of tensions, or allowing energies to kind of move around the body quite quickly, and it just kind of makes you move. And I've had that quite a number of times in different scenarios, or in me being in a different pose or whatever. And yeah, for me it's just an indication that things are on the move on the inside, and yeah, Sadhguru's talked about it in I can't remember which course it was now, but there is a way that you can reach bliss or enlightenment, or whatever you want to call it, without having those kind of shakes. But he said, you know, you'd have to come and be with me for 10 years or something. So I think it's because that with Isha Foundation you're you're working with your system in a way that makes you come to that place quite quickly. And so it's kind of a reaction that your body goes through. And if you didn't want that reaction to happen, then you'd have to go through it much, much slower. And your system would have to be worked with much slower for everything to just effortlessly be kind of smooth with your energy or whatever it is in the system that makes that happen. So yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed this Mahashivratri Sadhana Day 7, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.